Okay, we
Hello.
Hi.
We're sitting up.
Hi again.
New position.
Well, I'm not sitting up.
Starting over fresh.
Oh.
Sorry.
I think that was a hiccup.
That wasn't good. Oh my gosh. Okay. We swear, tomorrow will be better.
Sorry, everyone.
All right. Here we are for episode number 2. Back to the Future.
With this kid right here.
Mr. Casey Likes.
He wrote Casey right there on my playbill.
Okay.
That's what that says. It says Casey.
All right, Casey.
C-A-S-E-Y.
Casey, you might need to work on your
No, he doesn't use his real signature because people will steal it.
Oh, I see.
It's very smart.
Good job, Casey.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
He's on the merch bag. That's Casey Likes his face. He's also all over the streets of New York.
That's true.
You can't go anywhere without seeing that kid's mug.
Our cutie little
Love that kid.
Casey Likes. Okay, but Casey said when we got a little backstage tour, I had a personal insight to the DeLorean.
That car is cool.
It is super cool. Anyway.
He waved at me in the show. In the show. When they're in the car, and I'm not going to say anything. It was at the end, Stephanie. You know, because you've seen it. When they're in the end, he waved at me and smiled.
And he heard you earlier.
Then he did this, because he was singing, and he did this, and then pointed at me. And I was like...
Basically, Jere felt really extra special.
I felt so loved by a Broadway... I had to flip it. I can't flip it.
Why can't you flip it?
Because then the whole thing will get flipped.
Okay,
so I have to
hold
just
it like
do it
that.
this way.
That's perfect.
Okay. But I felt super loved by a Broadway star.
Yeah. But Casey said to me, because I said, we're going to sip and sass this. And he goes, yes, I will watch it. He goes, but please just be honest. So we're going to be honest. Okay?
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
But you know that I'm going to love the show.
Yes,
so.
I do know that.
Just don't be mean, whatever you say.
I'm not going to be mean at all.
Here's the thing, an insider tip. We don't talk about the shows until we hit record. It's a rule.
Like, we went to juniors afterward, and I was like, I went on... Okay, never mind. I won't talk about it.
Yeah,
because,
we have a rule. We don't talk about it until we hit record.
We have to, yeah.
Because part of the fun is our reactions. Usually it's my reaction to her because she's rude.
Okay, anyway, so... I went into this with kind of like mixed expectations because my sister and my friend had both seen it in London, and my friend was like, meh, it was okay, but I never want to see it again. And my sister was like, it was super fun, like not so the best, but super fun. So I was like, okay, I don't know what to expect.
I was just excited to see my cute Casey.
Yes, and as was I, for sure. And our friend Mark Hackman, his son Nate plays Biff in this.
We didn't get to talk to anyone after the show.
I know.
We were waiting at the stage door because Casey told us to go to the stage door, so we did. And then as everyone started coming out, he came over and he whisked us backstage so we didn't have to stand in the 44 degrees in the wind, which I'm very grateful for. But right at that moment, everyone was coming out and signing, so we could have said hi. So I asked Casey if we could come back, and he said yes. So we're going to swing back by and say hello to the peeps.
Okay. So, Jere.
Yes.
Your overall...
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
I freaking loved it. I laughed my ass off. I was pleasantly surprised. Those special effects are unreal. The things they do with that car are fantastic. And the projections that they use and... the way that they use like the real set with the projections, like with the clock tower, it was unbelievable.
Yeah, they really do.
Good.
They really do.
The music is really enjoyable. I think it married well together, the music that you're expecting from the film and the new music that was written and the orchestrations from the film. Like they go really well together, and I really enjoyed the music. If you're a fan of the film, you're gonna love the play because it is the same script.
Well, no, they did change a couple of things.
Lift this arm. Yeah. But Bob Gale is the one who wrote the movie and the play. So the same guy did the adaptation. So it's true. It's true to the movie. And
it is pretty much fully the movie, but they changed Doc Brown's. There's not Libyan terrorists.
That's true.
They changed that. And just a couple of other little things, but really
nothing
mostly
that mattered though.
Yeah, mostly it is straight from the movie.
It's so good.
And
the actors are incredible.
Yeah, I really did like it. It was so enjoyable. And Casey, I mean, we love Casey and we know he's very talented, but he blew me away because he
sings stratospherically high.
Yes, he does. And there were times where I'm like, if I close my eyes, I would tell you it was Michael J. Fox talking. It was crazy. And
but I didn't feel like he was imitating him.
Yeah.
I felt like he was paying homage to him and took his own take on the character, if that makes sense. It didn't feel like he was trying to be Michael J. Fox in that role. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So bravo to you, sir. Same with Hugh Coles. You guys, there are no words.
He deserves all the awards and recognition that he has received.
And shame on you, Crispin Glover. He has been reaching out to Crispin Glover to come and see the show, and he's never gotten any kind of response from Crispin Glover.
To be fair, haven't we heard that Crispin Glover is super weird and like antisocial?
Well, unless he's dead, he has no reason not to respond.
Well, nonetheless, Hugh Coles might be the cutest damn thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Oh my gosh,
I want to marry him so hard.
He was so good.
So cute.
So darling, so hilarious.
Oh my gosh, I loved him.
And I was telling Casey, like, why I loved him so much was because he was so wholly committed to what he was doing. He gave zero F's about how ridiculous he looked doing it.
And wasn't that so refreshing? That he didn't care at all about what he looked like or how he sounded
what
or anything.
Ugly face he was making or body twerk.
He committed so hard to that role and just went balls out and was amazing.
He really was. He was just so good.
Holy cow.
Loved him. And actually the girl who played Lorraine.
The mom?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
She was really, really good.
Big fan.
Here's one standout thing. To me, the girl playing Jennifer, I have no idea how old she is, but she looked way older than Casey.
His girlfriend?
Yes.
She did look older than him by a lot.
I was like, she reads like she could be his mom.
I thought the same thing. Yeah, she read old. And I don't know if...
So...
Was it a wig thing?
I have no... It was the tone of her voice, the timbre, it was the way she... Just all of it.
She read older than him.
She read like a woman, like
not
older woman, not a teenager at all. And so I was like, okay, that's weird.
But the cast is very young. And then they play old people.
Yeah.
And I thought they all did a great job.
Yeah.
And the mayor, oh my gosh, I'm in love with him.
The Goldie Wilson, yeah. He's also gotten a lot of accolades.
Oh my gosh.
Here, and I'll say this.
So good.
Nate Hackman has a stunningly beautiful voice in things that I have heard him before.
Yeah,
like,
you wouldn't know.
You would not know in this show. I felt like his voice, either he's not in his best voice or it's just not written well for his voice. I don't know, because it was kind of it's not that it was like, oh my gosh, that's bad. It just was like, I kept going, where is Nate's gorgeous vibrato? Where is Nate's voice?
He didn't have any songs to sing.
Yeah, it was...
His were like patter songs.
Kind of harsh. Like, kind of funny, though.
They're hysterical.
Yeah.
His whole song is all about, like, saying the wrong thing. Like, heads I win, tails you lose. Mm-hmm. But it was like, heads I win, tails I lose. It's hysterical.
Yeah, it was a cute song.
Oh
okay,
gosh,
which would lead me into this. Again... Loved the show.
Hold this for a second.
But here's what it felt like to me. Musically, it felt like it was all over the map. Like, it didn't feel like there was a consistent style.
What does that mean?
Of music.
What do you mean?
You had like
it was like Joseph, where it does country and then it does reggae and...
It was like all different kinds, which...
I disagree.
Okay. But see, my sister or someone had said that they felt like the songs that were written for the show that weren't like Huey Lewis songs were like, meh. Well, I actually liked quite a few of the songs in the show. So, you know, I thought they were fine. It was just like, wow, this is such a random conglomeration of styles, which leads to the dancing. This, I didn't realize was going to be such a...
It was a very dance-heavy show.
Old-fashioned, dancey ensemble show.
P.S. I have to say before I forget yet again, Casey, the gal who has the taped ankle, was my favorite.
Jere's really good at really staring at the ensemble and picking out his people. Holy cow.
That girl, amazing. I believe she's the girl who played your sister. I'm almost positive it's her. It was hard to tell in that wig. She was very disguised.
Stop talking to Casey like he's going to have this conversation with you.
No, I'm just saying. I want him to tell her, not that she cares what this fat guy from Arizona thinks, but she was amazing. And her dance partner, who I swear was in the prom.
Anyway,
I knew him from
the
somewhere.
dances were also so diverse.
Hold this, let me look at the playbill.
You had hip hop, you had 80s dance, you had 50s dancing. It was just kind of like a little bit of everything.
It was so
And
good.
I thought, well, how fun for the ensemble, because they got to do so much. But I kind of giggled every time. This is what I was giggling about and didn't talk about at dinner. Was I kept having this visual of these two ensemble girls. They would have all of the partner dancing, and these two ensemble girls, they were always just by themselves. Like, they didn't have a guy partner. And
that's how it goes sometimes.
Yeah. Anyway. So, and there were just very unexpected things. Also, I would like to give shout outs to the costumes.
They were so good.
There were some freaking cool...
Like dead on 80s stuff?
Dead on 80s stuff, but also unexpected things. Like the top hats and tails. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, those were so random.
I was like...
What a pleasant surprise.
What the hell?
That was hysterical.
And then the lab coats and the lighted hats.
Yes, at the top of Act 2.
Top of Act 2.
Yeah.
That was so cool.
Yeah.
Just super fun.
And that dance was hysterical too.
Yeah.
It was all like, it was armography. It was like,
but it was like the hip hop dance.
Yeah. But it was super cool.
Anyway.
I loved it. That came out of nowhere.
Yeah. So there was just a lot of really random.
But the humor was fantastic.
The humor was...
Like, Doc, where are all these girls? I don't know. They just show up when I start singing.
Totally.
And the chemistry between Casey and Roger Bart. Oh my gosh, they broke character and I died.
Roger Bart is...
I almost shit in the chair. I was laughing so hard.
Yeah. Roger Bart is great. He's, I mean,
oh my gosh, he's amazing.
He was just really great and I enjoyed him a lot. If I had anything like... Sometimes, there were a few times where it felt like mugging a little too much. Like...
Really?
Making a face for the sake of making a face instead of really being in. But not enough to like... It just was
like
fun.
When he took the newspaper down from his face and he was sitting in the chair? Like that kind of thing? I thought that was hysterical.
Well, no, you're going to want an example and I can't tell you. It was just...
I also loved like the little trick stuff they did, like when he was on the car and it was then all of a sudden he was in the chair and you're like, that was cool.
Yeah. Also, guys, there's fire on the stage.
And the flashlights when they were walking through the barn.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't them.
Right. There was a lot of things. The whole show just moved really well and really it just flowed really well. And
something that I love is the atmosphere in the theater the minute you walk in. Like it's like you hear the tick, 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 and then the music choices, it's like computer noises.
Which was super cool, but I'm going to
So
tell you,
cool.
After a half hour, I was like, okay, I'm really over it.
Oh, I loved it.
I was like, I'm done with this
and
sound
then
now.
The screen had the flux capacitor and like digitally stuff on it, and then at intermission, it switched to a t-shirt, a mug root beer, a piece of candy.
Oh man, I didn't recognize.
Yeah, so it became 50s themed icons on the screen, and the music was 1950s at intermission. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. It was like the Forever Plaid soundtrack was playing. It was amazing.
Yeah.
So I loved the atmosphere that when we started, it was 1985, and then we went to intermission, it was 1955, and then we started. It just, well done. Well done to the lights and sounds, the bubbles. Guys, give me a show with bubbles and I'm in.
It rained bubbles on us.
It was amazing.
I was just catching bubbles and popping bubbles just because that was fun. Okay, but one last thing. The sound, the orchestra was fantastic. They were really good. But I felt like they were a little bit loud. Sometimes they drowned out the singers.
Maybe that's because we were sitting where the speakers were directly pointed at us. And we were 5 rows away from the speaker.
It could be. Because the balance sometimes was like, whoa.
It probably sounded really good everywhere else.
Yeah, that's possible.
It didn't bother me because I loved it. It felt like a rock concert and I loved every second of it.
Yeah, it definitely was.
Guys, I sat like this the whole night.
He did. He was in heaven. Also, Casey, excuse me, with his bass guitar solo.
Oh my gosh, that was incredible.
Yeah. It was awesome.
What?
Didn't he learn it for this?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, he learned how to play for this and it was just phenomenal. Truly.
Did you get pictures and stuff?
Yeah.
We'll post it in the comments below.
I have pictures and some video and yes.
Guys, if you have an opportunity to see, of the two you saw today, which was your favorite?
Well, Back to the Future is just fun.
Yeah.
But I will, to hit on the last one, because I didn't say it in the last one, Merrily We Roll Along actually had a lot of very funny moments. It didn't start out that way, but it actually had a lot of very cute humor. But anyway, yeah, Back to the Future is just, it's more fun. It's party. It's totally like bring your family to this.
Bring your friends. This is I don't really know if I want to see a Broadway show. Take them to this.
Yeah.
This is
Let me tell you, it's
4,000
times better than The Lion King or Aladdin or Wicked.
No, well, yeah, okay, fair.
I don't care.
I feel like Wicked has.
Like, meh.
I love Wicked, but I feel like it's time. I feel like if you have a choice, Wicked will come to your town.
I don't know that Back to the Future can ever be done by anyone.
I don't think it can tour.
Well, it can probably tour.
It won't be able to have all those special effects.
But it will never be able to be done regionally because how's anyone ever going to do that with the car?
Yeah.
And all the technical.
Please come and see this show, guys. It's so good.
It's awesome. Anyway.
That's it for our Sip and Sass of Back to the Future. 10 out of 10.
And guess what? Tomorrow, for the first time ever, we are doing the double-decker bus tour thing, and we're going to tootle all over this town. We are going to be so much more adventurous this trip. Pretty excited about it.
All right, push the button.
Okay, bye.